Hello everyone and welcome back to my kitchen. Summer is finally here and that means cherry season is here. And so today we'll be making my cherry cream cake with delicate sponge cake layers, loads of whipped cream frosting, and of course lots of fresh cherries. This cake is light as a cloud, so fruity and fluffy, it just melts into your mouth. It's perfect for any summertime occasion. We'll start by making those delicate sponge cake layers with sugar, eggs, a little bit of flour, super simple to make. Once the cake layers are cooled, we'll split them in half. Soak the cake layers with cherry juice, add fresh cherries inside, and of course lots of light and creamy whipped cream frosting. I love to garnish the cake with more cherries on top. This cake is so pretty and so delicious. You're gonna love it from the first bite. Don't forget to head on down into the video description box for all the recipe details. I also have all the metric measurements up on my website. And now let's get to baking. I have my oven preheating to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and I've lined 3 8-inch cake pans with parchment paper. We'll set these aside for now. I will be using my stand mixer today. If you only have a hand mixer, that will work too. It'll just take a little bit longer to mix together the eggs and the sugar for the sponge cake. For the sponge cake, we're going to start with 9 large eggs. I did bring mine up to room temperature. They will whisk better, but if you have cold eggs, the recipe will work well with those too. Drop the eggs into your mixer bowl, along with 1.5 cups of white granulated sugar and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And then we'll whisk our eggs and sugar together on high speed for about 8 to 10 minutes until the eggs are really light, fluffy, and voluminous. You'll need to whisk the eggs until they're very voluminous and fluffy in like a pale creamy white color. And now we're ready to add in our flour. For the dry ingredients, we'll need 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. Add in 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Mix that together. I'm going to sift the flour into the egg and sugar, make sure in batches. I usually do this step in thirds, so add a little bit of flour at a time. Make sure to sift it in. And then use a spatula and gently fold the flour. You want to fold it in from the bottom, mixing lightly but mixing thoroughly. Make sure you don't have any dry pieces of flour remaining. And then we'll divide the cake batter evenly between our 3 pans. Make sure to level off the tops of the cakes before these go into the oven. My sponge cake layers are ready for the oven. They're going to bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 22 to 24 minutes until they're a deep golden brown color on the top. Once they're done baking, we'll take them out of the pans and onto a wire rack to cool. And as soon as the sponge cakes come out of the oven, use a knife along the edges of the pan to release the cake from the sides. For our frosting, we're going to start with 16 ounces of softened cream cheese. I'm going to use my mixer with beaters attached and just beat for a couple minutes until the cheese is smooth. Next, add in 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, and 3 cups of powdered sugar. Mix this again. You want to mix just until that sugar is incorporated. And I'll gradually start to add in 3 cups of very well chilled heavy whipping cream. Add in about 1 cup, mix it together with the cream cheese. Now I'm going to switch over to a whisk and whisk until stiff peaks form, anywhere from 5 to 7 minutes. You want to start out on a slow speed and then gradually increase to high. And once your cake layers are completely cooled, you want to use a long serrated knife and gently split each cake layer in half. I like to go around the edges first before slicing all the way through. I'll be soaking the sponge cake layers with some cherry juice. Now you can use a pastry brush to do this. I really like this little dispenser bottle. You can just squeeze the juice all over the cake. Before applying any frosting or cherries on the inside, I'm going to go around and just let this cherry juice really soak into the cake layers. This is going to add incredible cherry flavor, but also the sponge cake is a little bit dry, and it's the perfect vehicle for soaking up all this incredible juice. Add about 1.5 cups of that frosting onto your cake layer. Make sure to spread it evenly to the edges. I have 3 cups of chopped pitted cherries. Just going to take a spoon and just kind of drop the chopped cherry pieces all over the top. And then add your second cake layer on top. Make sure it's nice and even. Give it a good little press. Just sandwich the 2 layers together. And then repeat this process by adding cherry juice to each layer, frosting followed by the cherries. And then for this last layer, soak it with cherry juice on the opposite side first, and then we'll turn it upside down and place it on top of the cake. Just like that. I'm going to apply a crumb coat layer of frosting on the outside of the cake, sealing in all the crumbs. We'll place the cake into the fridge for about 20 minutes and then come back and add a final layer of frosting on the outside, garnish the top, and then dig in to enjoy this incredible cake. It's going to be so good. Just love a good creamy fruity cake for summer. And when you're chilling your cake, make sure to chill the bowl of frosting as well. And then I like to give mine another whisk right before using, just to make it light and fluffy all over again. And if your frosting ever gets really soft or runny, do the same thing. Just place it into the refrigerator, let it chill, and then whisk it up again. I want to garnish the sides of my cake today with some chocolate shavings, so I bought a bar of dark chocolate. Use a peeler and just go along one edge or another and create these little chocolate shavings. And then we'll just gently press these into the side of the cake. Take a little bit of the chocolate shavings at a time and just gently go around and press them into the side of the cake. Transfer the remaining whipped cream into a pastry bag. Today I'm using a Teco tip number 847. We're going to add little dollops of whipped cream on top and then garnish with cherries. And look at this stunning cake. I love how it turned out with the chocolate shavings on the sides and the whipped cream on the top. Looks so good. I'm going to set it into the fridge, let it set for a couple hours before slicing and enjoying. And now time for the best part. Let's slice into this cake and give it a taste test. Use a long knife. This is an extra tall cake. And check out this stunning cherry cream cake. I love all those incredible layers on the inside. And that's it for my cherry cream cake. I love how it turned out on the inside. All those delicate sponge cake layers, the cherries, the cream, and then this chocolate on the outside. This is a stunning cake, and it's gonna be perfect for any summertime occasions. With all these delicious cherries in season, this is the time to make it. Don't forget to head on down into that video description box. I'll have all the recipe details up on my website, including this recipe with metric measurements. Time to dig in and enjoy. This looks so good. I love having all the fresh cherries on the inside and all that incredible cream. Look at this, such a fantastic cake. This right here is my type of cake. It is light as a cloud, just melts into your mouth. Those sponge cake layers have soaked up all that incredible cherry juice, and that whipped cream frosting has softened them even further. And then you have chunks of fresh cherries, and it's like a bite of creamy, summery cake heaven. You are going to love this incredible dessert. This cake is so delicious, and I love that it's not too sweet, not overwhelming or like too heavy or too filling. You could probably eat this whole slice, like just wolf it down and not even feel it because it's so light and creamy. Love the texture, love the flavor. This is going to be so perfect for summer. Thank you so much for watching my latest episode. I hope you have fun baking this incredible cherry cream cake at home, and I'll see you next time with a new recipe.